Hello! I'm going live to talk about how do you solve your sales problem. And a lot of times people think that they're just talking to the wrong people, they're talking to a bunch of broke people, they're talking to a bunch of people unqualified. And it's more a leads management type of problem, which is inside of your pipeline, inside of your world, there are certain conversations that you're having where it does lead to someone booking a call and you closing the deal. And for the most part, people don't really look back on these conversations and reverse engineer what it is that they're saying correctly that is leading to the booked call. So that's why I find so much value in coaching, because with a good coach, the coach won't probably ask you to overhaul your entire system. A good coach will probably examine what are the things that are working correctly and then having you revisit these correct conversations, these conversations that leads to a buying decision with your people. And then doing more of that, doubling down on the things that are working. So when is the last time that you have analyzed probably the last 10 conversations that you've had that's successful where someone agrees to book a call? What are the conversations? What are the words that you're saying? If you have a team member, are they getting that script so that they can replicate your success, maybe logged in as you or as themselves? And then after that, how are you managing your time or your virtual assistant's time so that they are doing the things that are the most leveraged of their time in order of warmest to coldest? For example, do you have a pipeline that has, going from cold to nurturing? When you're nurturing them, what are the type of discovery questions that you're asking them to see if they even qualify to work with you? And then after that, how many of those conversations in bulk are you moving from nurture to opportunity, where now they agree to hop on a call with you? And when they agree to hop on a call with you, they are turned from a nurture lead into an opportunity because they already booked a call, which means that from that opportunity pool, how many people have booked a call but said yes, and you didn't follow up with them. They said they're gonna come in, it's only a matter of time, it's only a matter of, the next days, and you just let that fall down to the wayside. Or people who booked a call said maybe, and you didn't follow up. So how many of those people who are a positive to your offer but not now, and how often are you revisiting that block to move them along to the next block? And the next block is having them have a decision. And then in between those blocks, how often are you putting in place where the assets that you give them, the training that you share them are definitively objection handling that specific reason why they're not a yes for now, they're a no for now. So are you embedding that inside of the emails? Are you sending them a message? Are you going like this? Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Yeah, I just had dinner and I thought of you. So, and then I remember that the reason why you weren't ready to join was because you were going through this rough financial patch that you said, this month that you'd be clear of. So let's get you going. Something like that. So how often are you working on that block of people to move them into the next pipeline? So all of this sounds really, I think, straightforward for people in the agency world, for people in the world of they understand leads curation. This world is very strange and foreign to the coaching space, to people who have this passion, have this big heart to help and spread their message and really devote their time and energy to, healing people, helping people lose weight, helping people get energy back into their life. And they don't think of leads like this. They don't think of leads in that way. And then there's a difference between the pipeline and the status of that person, right? If they're qualified or they're a bad fit, or they're already a low ticket client, then they can become a high ticket client. Or they're a high ticket client and then the LTV of that client, lifetime value of that client, can be increased with certain more lines of opportunity that you can present to them. So pipeline and statuses are two different things, and are you aware of those differences? A lot of times the reason why rehauling and spending so much time pouring in and having a million conversations with your people might not be the best use of your time is because you haven't built up the structure to move people from one block to the next block to the next block. Without that structure, the fundamental structure in place, what you're doing is you're essentially pouring water into a vase that has no base. And because of that, you feel like you're doing so much work and you're not getting anywhere. When what you're really doing is you are putting people into this container, into this warm area, you're warming them up, and you're not sparking that fire, that ignition that makes them ignite and really burn to the next level. I don't know if that was a good analogy, but that's what I see. And you have a bunch of people in this pond of wet water when you need a match. And that match is because you're deliberate in moving them from here, from point A to point B. And yeah, this is an insight that I got just recently. And I am surprised that it is a recent insight that I got, because I thought it comes natural. I really did believe that it would come natural to people. And being in the coaching space and coaching coaches how to coach, I realized how uncommon it really is, and that a lot of people don't know how to manage their pipeline. And then even little things like a nuance of time management with your people. For example, why would you spend many minutes crafting a specific conversation to someone without a pulse? And what I mean by that is, with our setters, with our team, we do say, hey, to our Facebook group members. And that would be a block of their time, because we want to leverage the most of their time. So we don't tell them to go and craft really long messages to send to these people that, they might not even, their profile might not even be active, right? So a portion of the time is spent to just see if there's activity. So that's a nuance that I think a lot of people skip, and they're not aware of. And the closing conversation, let's say inside of the DMs, is that piece where you have to pay attention to the details, the devil's in the details. And at what point do you spend more energy and time to pay attention to the details, to make them feel heard, make your prospect feel understood? It's in the closing piece. And it's in a little bit of the nurturing prospecting piece, but not so much. It's more in the closing piece. So it's in these nuances that allows for us to be able to really help our clients convert from their groups, convert from their people. And yeah, if you're attending the 5-day training, you can click anywhere on my profile and see how I show you how to create a mass buying decision by running a training to your group. And that there is a world where you don't have to have a really big audience to profit, where you can profit big from a smaller, teenier audience. Like some of our clients, they only have 100 people in their group, but they're doing like $40,000, $50,000 from like 5 or 6 people saying yes to their offer. So with that said, because that world exists, I want to invite you into that world so you can see for yourself how the nuances and the tactics matter. And there is value in information, and that when you are in an environment where it's a training that's shared between a bunch of people going at this cohort at the same time, there is motivation and implementation happening alongside transformation. And that's why it's a phenomenon. It's kind of like the proof is in the pudding style. So I invite you to come and enter the free training, the free 5-day training that I have going on, so that you yourself can, number one, create a mass buying decision for your people. And then number 2, create a clear path to purchase for them. And the reason why this is important is because now more than ever, I see people surge online to find solutions for problems, and we are the solution keepers. We are the people willing and able to truly help them. And if that's you, if that sounds like you have a movement, you have a calling, you're meant for more, you have the desire to create a tribe to really help them, not just like a one-time deal, but create a multi-year journey with you, then come into my training and I'll show you how in a Facebook group environment that you can make this happen for yourself in the comfort of your own house, you know, just walking around and able to deliver your message in a way that makes sense and demonstrates value for your people, so that they can say yes to themselves in continuing on this pathway with you. All right, does that make sense? With that said, I'll see you guys inside the training. It's in a specific private Facebook group, so it's not going to be public. You do have to click anywhere on the link on my profile to enter that group, and I'll see you on the inside. Otherwise, I can't wait. We just finished our mansion mastermind in Riviera Maya, Mexico over the past weekend, and it was a blast. I'm really excited for the new launch legends who are joining us, and also I'm excited for the almost 400 people in this training right now that's going through this training with me. See you guys in the group, and I hope this was valuable. Let me know, what are your comments, what are your thoughts, what are the things that you feel is a takeaway from this video, and yeah, share me your thoughts. I am curious to know how you're managing your pipelines. Oh yeah, if you liked that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.